magic weapons, advanced weapons are absolutely overpowered in the game. It took me 3 playthroughs. Yes, I'm working on the platinum trophy to fully understand that. With magic weapons, fire, acid, electricity, you essentially have the tool for the job. Have to fight puppets, electrify them. Have to fight humans, acid. Is it those petrified zombies? Burn them to the ground. Now there's only 3 A-tier scaling handles that you can put into S tier. That is the acidic crystal spear handle. Let me show you the movement set here and how to pair and combine them with the right blades. Also at the end, the location where you get these. The acidic crystal spear is really good. Fast stabs, really fast stabs, and especially it carries you forward while doing so. With the heavy art being a double stab. Yep, that's your charge attack. Really nice. For your triangle, you do even more acid damage. Yep. Essentially everything you do is going to be acid from that point on. Super efficient. And as your L1, you get a charge. That goes over quite some distance. Super good. But it's more for the bonus acid damage that actually makes it really good. That handle can be put to S tier advanced scaling. Now there's the black steel cutter handle, which you receive quite late into the game, so the spear will be your friend at first. But the actual black steel cutter blade, which is a fire blade, is quite insane. So this is fast hitting for such a big weapon. You have side slashes, and if you then charge up another time, you get a follow-up. So again, side slashes, follow up with another charge, bam, bam. So double. As the weapon art, triangle. Yes, and that's fire, right? For the guard, it's just withstand hits. So, but putting another head on that one that slices left and right with other types of damage, fantastic. The last one is the circular electric chainsaw handle, which is kind of sluggish in itself, but has incredible range. But as you can see, quite the wind though. Good motion though. So this one, side swipe, and then the overhead, bam. That's quite nice. The blade itself does electricity damage, but I don't think you actually want it on this handle. Weapon art, it's just one smacker, and this one is also just being able to withstand hits more. Now begins the very interesting part, because we have these 3 different handles, right? But we have a plethora of different heads to use. The circular chainsaw is electric damage. You get the carcass crystal axe blade, that is acid damage. Then we get obviously the crystal spear blade, which is also acid damage and very low weight. The black steel cutter, which is fire. And for example, if you take the black steel cutter and slap that together with the acidic crystal spear handle that you get extremely early, you create an S tier scaling fire weapon that goes for very fast stabs, as you can see, that can do the double dash forward, then the fire slappening together with the fire handle charge. And yes, as a magic user, you will have to upgrade multiple weapons to have the tool for the right job. As it goes for electricity, I still have to find one better than the electric coil stick head, which is your absolute friend in the beginning. The best part about this electric coil stick head is you have 3 handles to pair it with straight up. The electric coil stick begins with the electric coil stick handle. That's what you get it with. And you get the acidic crystal spear handle that you get right after killing Bishop Andreas, and in between can be equipped also with a salamander dagger handle that you get very early in the Venini factory. Because if you put a dagger handle on it, you have a very fast attacking electrifying weapon that can just attack, instant block, attack, instant block, attack, instant guard. And the best part is more electricity, then you just go away. It is absolutely crazy against puppets, especially against elite puppets, to just stab them to death. Plus the handle has that nice stab dash art where you can actually stab someone and then jump instantly back as your own little evade. That's essentially for the early game. Then as soon as you have the acidic crystal spear, it's essentially everything acidic crystal spear. Obviously you upgrade the electric coil stick head to the max, which I'm doing on my current playthrough, to aid you until act 8 or 9, while I'm also upgrading the acidic crystal spear to aid me against any human enemies, and currently the Salamander Dagger Blade as our fire weapon to also be combined together with the Acidic Crystal Spear handle. Again, the Acidic Crystal Spear handle just comes back to be the thing to use because of the S tier scaling, but because of also the absolute insane stabbing. I mean, now you have the same going on with fire, right? And the best part here is, bonus fire. And it essentially sets everything straight up on fire. You're fighting any of the corpse-like opponents, any of the petrifying diseased dudes, you'll set them on fire so quick and just burn their house down. Respective bosses die easier than ever. Rare elites on your way, everything. Now you can just beat the game with a triple combination of Acidic Spear handle, Salamander Dagger, and also followed up with the Electric Coil Stick handle. But you get greater weapons towards the end. In the Lorsini arcade, as soon as you find the merchant there, and you have no way of missing that in the Lorsini arcade, you get the circular electric chainsaw that we talked about. That one paired together also with the Crystal Spear handle. We're coming back to the Crystal Spear handle because it kind of turns this into a lightweight, still range weapon. Because the actual weapon makes it, yeah, you know, quite sluggish. Now you have this one here, which is a little bit slower, yes. But you still have this immense electric damage it does, plus the weapon art to completely obliterate someone, plus still the charge going on, which makes this truly one hell of a dangerous weapon. Again, there's no sweeping motion, but you have this huge head going on to completely clap cheeks left and right. The biggest problem with the Black Steel Cutter handle, why I don't keep mentioning it anymore, is that the weapon art is just non-existent. Time the enemy's attack correctly to deflect it and trigger a powerful attack. I don't like these ones at all because they are so conditional to work. There's one I haven't mentioned, but it's actually really crazy. It's called the Acidic Curved Sword handle, which you'll find in the Ark Abbey outer wall at the end of the game. Yes, this is an NG+1 weapon. There's one of these scorpion-like opponents, and in the room where he came out of, there you find the box. And this one, especially paired together with Black Steel Cutter, creates quite the interesting weapon. That would only be an A tier scaling, so a little bit less, but you get these very fast left attacks with a good range depending on what you put on. Then when you're charging, 1, 2, and then you keep charging, 3, 4. Super good weapon art that would combine obviously with what you have here. The more interesting one about the blade is it does perfect guard. And that is, you can do it a little bit earlier. Perfect guard. And that's a fury attack. Perfect guard. So you can force a perfect guard with a handle, which makes it extremely interesting for the last bosses, because you get it before you beat the last 3 bosses, which all have quite some crazy fury attacks, and you could force a perfect guard with this for 1 Fable. I mean, force like 4 perfect guards in a row with that, you get a stagger, and man, it's really nice. My personal favorite is the Acidic Crystal Spear handle though, and that one you get super early. Kill Bishop Andreas, walk out, you have this path in front of you where one of these dogs breaks the box and there's a zombie right next to it. Go down the right side, Acidic Crystal Spear. Until you get the Acidic Crystal Spear, again, you're using the Salamander Fire Dagger to kill Andreas, followed up with the Electric Coil Stick hand to kill everything before Andreas, pretty much, in Act 1, 2, 3. That would be your tools of choice, and it will speed up your playthrough and make it trivial so easy. And as soon as you have the Acidic Crystal Spear handle, you're going to equip that whatever you're facing. You're facing a bunch of puppets, Electric Coil Stick hand. You're facing a bunch of petrified opponents, Salamander Dagger. And if you're actually fighting humans like the Black Rabbit Brotherhood, Acidic Crystal Spear. You could also go for electricity here because you really do want to have the electricity to clap their cheeks. Black Steel Cutter is achieved quite late in Chapter 9. During the collapsed street, you get on top of this building. You can straight up drop down from the side and make your way to this box with the special Krat supply box that you then just hand to Venini's butler, and he'll have a cryptic vessel for you that will open up the Hermit's Cave in the barren swamp where you meet Hugo for the first time. That cave is ginormous, but has the Black Steel Cutter at the end. 100% recommend, great experience. Also, if you're rather looking for absolute powerful boss weapons, there it goes. Or the formula to allocate your stats perfectly and your P organs, check it below.